I'm a mother of 4 children. I want to thank God so much for this opportunity which I'm having today. I didn't know that I can have this opportunity, but it's by God's grace. I'm ex-prisoner. I was in prison in Malaysia. I was in death row, means that I was condemned to die in prison. I was arrested the year 2016 with drugs in airports in Malaysia, and I came back to Kenya last year, 2024, December 6. So this is how I get myself in prison. I got a friend here in Kenya. She introduced me with someone in Malaysia. She told me that they wanted 3 people from Kenya to go and work in Malaysia. So I was going to work in Malaysia as a wholesale. In one of the wholesales in Malaysia, I was going to sell things in that wholesale. That girl which introduced me, it was like agent here in Kenya. So this India officer is the one who told me that they are suspecting this bag has drugs. But just calm down, they will check. And how did you meet this man? They took everything which I was having. They took my ID, they took my phone and everything. Even shoes, they have to take. They took everything. Even this man, they took tag from him, wallet, belts, and put us in one cell with this man.
Yeah.
So that time, there were so many, they came there, even they called even social media. They were doing this thing when social media was there.
Yeah, sure.
They are breaking this bag to remove things which was hidden in this bag. Mm-hmm. Later on, when they remove it, they show me. They tell me, this is the thing which you bring in my country. Who sent you in my country? So they were asking me different questions with different people.
Yeah.
So I told them. One of the officer told them, please, can we call that person which sent this woman in this country?
Yeah, sure.
Then they asked me, do you know this person? I say, yes. Do you have the number? Yes. And that time, the number was not going through because I was in foreign country.
Yeah,
so they have to use WhatsApp. So we use our WhatsApp to call. When I called, that person was waiting at me.
Yeah, to know.
When they received my call, they were so happy, telling me, oh, Faith, have you arrived in Malaysia? I say, yes, I've arrived in Malaysia. But let me ask you, could you really put for me something wrong inside bag?
Every street has a journey, every face a story unseen.
In a world full of headlines, we bring you headlines.
This is Real Voices, Real Stories, where we sit with ordinary people living through extraordinary truths.
From survival to resilience, hustle to healing, these are the stories that move us, shape us, and remind us who we are.
Let's get into it. Hello, I am Lazarus Taban. Welcome back to Real Stories, Real Voices podcast. Today we have another banger for you.
Thank you, guys. Again, we come here back. My name is Sylvia Kama. Welcome back to the Real Story, Real Voices. And today we have our able guest, Faith Oloo. How are you, Faith?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
We are good.
We're doing good. Faith is one of the most inspirational and resilient people I've ever met in my life. I can't wait for you guys to hear her story. Tell us about yourself, Faith.
My name is Faith Oloo. I'm coming from Suba country, and I'm married in Sia district. I'm a mother of 4 children. I want to thank God so much for this opportunity which I'm having today. I didn't know that I can have this opportunity, but it's by God's grace. I'm ex-prisoner. I was in prison in Malaysia. I was in death row, means that I was condemned to die in prison.
Wow.
But God has helped me. He turned me back to Kenya. I was arrested the year 2016 with drugs in airports in Malaysia. And I came back to Kenya last year, 2024, December 6.
Wow. So almost 2025. So you were in prison for almost 8 years?
Yes.
I was in prison for 8 years.
So kindly, can you tell us maybe how was life before maybe that imprisonment? How was life before that happened to you?
The life which I was leading in prison, it was so difficult life because I was in prison in a foreign country where I didn't have my family, even anyone which I know. The people which I know are the people which I was having in prison, like my friends which I met in prison. So those are my families which I was having there. So the life which I lived there, it was so difficult life. And until today, if I imagine that life even, I couldn't like anybody to enter in kind of that life which I was leading, even my worst enemy.
Yeah, that was, you were going through so much.
Yes.
So what about the life before you reached prison? How was life like in Kenya
In
for
Kenya,
you?
yeah.
In Kenya, the life which I was leading, I was a mother of 4 children, how I told you before. But I was selling clothes. I was doing my own business. So the life which I was leading, it was a better life than the life which I lived when I was in prison in Malaysia. So this is how I get myself in prison. I got a friend here in Kenya. She introduced me with someone in Malaysia. She told me that they wanted 3 people from Kenya to go and work in Malaysia. So I was going to work in Malaysia as a wholesale. In one of the wholesales in Malaysia, I was going to sell things in that wholesale. That girl which introduced me, it was like agent here in Kenya. So when she talked to me that they wanted 3 people to go to work in Malaysia, and also the money which she told me that I was going to be paid in Malaysia, I was seeing that it's bigger money than Kenya,
Kenyan
because
money.
economy, Kenya, you people, you just know how Kenya is it.
Especially during that time. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when she told me that I was going to pay the 3,000 ringgit, that 3,000 ringgit when I'm looking in Kenya is like 120,000 in Kenya.
Wow.
So I was so much
A month.
interested. A month.
Yeah.
So I was so much interested in kind of that work. So I left my house. I leave my children. I left my husband even when I was so happy that I get work to do. So the day which I was supposed to travel to go to Kenya, my ticket was online. That online ticket was showing me Kenya to Nigeria. Then I called the person, my agent, which was taking me to work. Where am I going to work? Am I going to work in Nigeria or am I going to work in Malaysia? She told me that I'm going to work in Malaysia, but being she doesn't want disappointment things, I have to pass in a house. She's Kenyan girl married with Nigerian man.
Okay.
So I have to left my house to go to Nigeria. I went to their house, spent 2 days. The 3rd day I was traveling to go to Malaysia. Even the time when I was in their house, I spoke even with my boss.
Wow.
I was so much interested. I'm seeing these people, they are prayerful people.
Yeah.
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 Did you have a lot of trust in this lady? Did you know her from before?
I know her from before. She's like a family friend. I know her through my sister. So I trust her so much. Even when I enter in their house, they were prayerful people. They are even praying for me. We are reading Bible.
Wow. So they really welcomed you in a nice way.
They welcome me in a nice way. Before we go to sleep, we have to pray. So that day, when I was supposed to travel, it was like in the morning. When we were going to the airport, I was sitting with her in the back of the car, but the husband is the one who was driving in front of the car.
Okay.
Then the husband told her wife, "My wife, I've heard you talking to your friend a lot of things, Kenyan story, but I've not yet heard you telling your friend the parcel which she's supposed to give to my sister when she arrived in Malaysia."
Okay.
So my friend told me, "Oh, Faith, I have a parcel. My sister-in-law, she was pregnant, but she just born her newborn baby. But I bought presents for her. So being you're the one going to Malaysia first, I want you please to help me to pass these things for her. She will come to pick you at the airport." So I was not thinking anything.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything in my mind with these people because I trust her.
Yeah, sure.
So when we reached in that airport, in Nigeria airport, they went to the booth and bring the bag. Me, myself, I was having my bag, which I came with it from Kenya, there inside the car where I was seated. So their bag was color maroon. Mine was color black. They are the people which hold this bag until you enter in the airport. The bag was checked when they were there with me.
Okay.
Inside the bag was having only newborn things.
So you even saw the newborn items.
They open, even they check when they're there with me. So beautiful things of newborn. Even when someone was looking at me, they were thinking that he's my own baby. Some are making jokes with me. Some are making jokes with me. Wow, you bought a beautiful thing, so your newborn baby. I was telling them yes. So I started my journey. I left them there, but I started my journey to go to Malaysia.
Before you got into the plane to go to Malaysia, you were in the Lagos airport?
Yes, I was in Lagos airport.
Tell us about what was going through in your mind, how you were feeling in that moment.
That moment, I was not even feeling anything because I trusted these people. I trusted this girl, but I saw even their prayerful people. Yes, so I didn't have any bad wrong thing. I was not thinking with them.
You were just happy about it.
I was just happy. I've get that chance. You know, in Kenya, when you get chance to go to work in abroad, mostly people are getting happy. So that time I was so much happy.
Yes. Yeah. You just wanted to go there.
I just wanted to go and start working.
Start working right away.
Yes. Yeah. So after that one, I started my journey to Malaysia, from Lagos airport to Malaysia. When I reached in Malaysia, they told me, when I reach in Malaysia, when I enter in that airport, you know, it's my first time to travel in a far country. I've never gone to any far country.
Sure.
I always in Kenya. I just know Kenya. I've never traveled. So when I reached there in Malaysia, I saw one man. That man was standing like some meters, and he was having airport tag. So when the man saw me, the man called me with my surname. Omolo, welcome to Malaysia airport. So myself, I was thinking that is how they are welcoming people in that their airport. Then I asked the man, how do you know me? The man told me that, don't worry, I will just tell you. So this is the man which picked me from there. We enter in another bus, we enter in another side. He took me at immigration, at yellow fever. We went and passed. And even the immigration was, a lot of people was there. It was a long line. So the man, being he was working in that airport, we were not in the line. He just passed through away until at the desk. When he reached there at the desk, he spoke to those people. But that time, I couldn't understand which language he's speaking because it was my first time to go in Malaysia.
Yeah, sure.
But those people, they just asked me, what did you come to do in our country? Then I told them that I came to work in your country. Which kind of work have you come to work in my country? So I was having my one bag, which I was holding. That bag was having all my documents. So I removed the documents and showing them.
Yeah.
Then they just put rubber stamp for me. Then the man took me at the line. That time which we were going at the line, the man is the one who went and bring my luggage. So remember I told you that I was having 2 bags.
Yeah, sure.
So the man was carrying this one bag, which I was given by my friend in Nigeria. But me, myself, I was having my own bag. We were going at the line where they're checking these bags. So when we were at the line where they're checking this bag, the man checked his bag first. And when he checked his bag first, it's like it was having another sound.
Okay.
But he spoke another language, which I couldn't understand. Then they checked my bag. My bag was okay. So we went to another line. People were coming outside.
Yeah, sure.
So in that country, when you have arrived, they have to check you in that machine and have another table there, which if they have checked you here, you have to go to that table. That table is for custom officers. So one guy from custom officer called me by shouting, Africa, Africa. Then I look at my bag.
So they were just yelling Africa.
Africa. So because I'm the only African in that line, yes, I was the only African in that line.
Yeah.
So someone shouting Africa, so I just stand like this and look at that person, and he told me, "Come here." Why are you going in that line? And you have not yet checked this your bag.
Yeah.
So this man is in front of me. I'm the one holding this man, telling this man, they are calling us there to check
the
our
man
bag.
that greeted you in the Malaysia airport.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I'm the one who's telling the man, they are calling us there to check our bags. Then this guy asked me, this custom officer, are you together with him? I say, yes, I'm together with him.
Yeah.
Okay, you people, you come. So I see this man, his face changed. I didn't know why his face changed.
He was upset.
Yes, he was so much. Yes, he was so much upset.
Yeah.
So he changed his color, and they are white people. So he changed his color and turned red, looking at me badly. So I didn't notice why he's looking at me badly, not knowing how drugs in that bag. So when we went there, the man told me, "Put your bag in the table." So I put my bag in the table. Then I open my bag, they check it. So the custom tell me again, take that one, put. Then this man say, put, you are the one who called me, put the bag.
Oh, so sure.
He was
He
angry.
wanted you to put it.
Put it
Yeah.
Put it there.
Okay.
So the custom see the man change. The custom is the one, that officer, he took the bag and put it on the table and opened it. And when he opened this bag, he removed everything which was in this bag. He was suspecting this bag has something.
Yeah.
Then he took this bag back to that machine to check it again.
Okay.
When they check it again, it was sounding strange. And all lights was red color. So the man called me again. And the man told me, this bag is for who? It's for you or for this man?
Yeah, sure.
I say, no, this bag is for my friend. Where is your friend? I say, she's in Africa. In Africa? How can you bring the kind of this thing in this country? What were you coming to do in this country? I tell him that I was coming to work. So I was having connection problem with these people because Malaysian people, they don't speak English.
English, yeah, sure.
So many of them, they doesn't understand English at all. They just speaking Malayu. So they went and searched one Indian officer. That Indian officer is the one who came there to talk to me.
To translate.
For me what they were saying. So the question which they were asking me, the Indian officer is the one who asking me. So the Indian officer asked me, what did I came to do in their country? Then I told them that I came to work. Which kind of work did you come to do? Then I removed all my documents. I've given her. When I've given her, she look at these documents and give all of them. By that time, they were surrounding us, more than 30 people.
Wow.
They just came from nowhere. They are surrounding us, 2 people.
How were you feeling at that point?
Don't even ask, my dear. I was shaking.
Yeah.
I was shaking because I don't know what is in this bag.
Yeah.
And if people, they are talking strange language which you can't understand.
Yeah.
So I was just shaking. So this India officer is the one who tell me that they are suspecting this bag has drugs. But just calm down. They will check. And how did you meet this man? I say, this man, I just landed here in this airport. But he came to me. It's like he was waiting at me.
Yeah.
It's like this man know me and me, I don't know him. Because he called me even with my surname. He called you with your surname? Yes. What did he told you? He told me that, welcome to Malaysia airport. But when I asked him, how did you know me? The man told me that I will tell you.
Yeah, sure.
So I was waiting the man to tell me. So when we went to the line, that is the time this officer shouted, calling Africa. So I called the man to go with me together because he's the one who was holding one bag and I was holding one bag.
Yeah.
So after that one, they took us together with this man. They took everything which I was having. They took my ID, they took my phone and everything. Even shoes, they have to take. They took everything. Even this man, they took tag from him, wallet, belts, and put us in one cell with this man.
Yeah.
So that time, there were so many, they came there, even they called even social media. They were doing this thing when social media was there.
Yeah, sure.
They are breaking this bag to remove things which was hidden in this bag. Later on, when they remove it, They show me. They tell me, this is the thing which you bring in my country. Who sent you in my country? So they were asking me different questions with different people.
Yeah.
So I told them. One of the officer told them, please, can we call that person which sent this woman in this country?
Yeah, sure.
Then they asked me, do you know this person? I say, yes. Do you have the number? Yes. And that time the number was not going through because I was in foreign country.
Yeah,
so
sure.
they have to use WhatsApp. So we use our WhatsApp to call. When I called, that person was waiting at me.
Yeah. To know.
When they received my call, they were so happy, telling me, oh, Faith, have you arrived in Malaysia? I say, yes, I've arrived in Malaysia. But let me ask you, could you really put for me something wrong inside bag to bring in Malaysia, in this far country?
Yeah.
And she told me that, I don't understand what you are saying. What do you mean by saying that we put for you something wrong?
Yeah.
I say, no. I have so many officers here. They are checking my bag. The bag which you gave to me, they are telling me that have drugs inside. Can you really put for me drugs inside to move me in that far country, to come with it in this far country? He said, no. Don't allow those people. Don't allow those people to say that I've given you something in that bag.
Sure.
Did they tell you what type of drugs they found?
Yes, they say they were calling it like ketamethasone. So that time, the officer was so angry because the time when I was speaking to the lady which sent me, the officers was there all, and they put my phone to loudspeaker, so everyone could listen
hear what
we are saying.
Yeah.
So the officer was angry. One of the officers took the phone.
Yeah.
So talking to the lady. Remember that officer which I told you that was India?
Yeah, sure.
So she's the one who was talking to this lady in the phone.
Yeah.
So asking this lady, how can you do such a thing for this woman? How can you send this woman with drugs in this country? And the lady insisted, telling them that don't say that we put drugs for her. We know you Malaysia people for putting for people drugs inside bag. That woman was coming to work in so. So after that, the officers were so angry.
Yeah, because they were not telling
because
the truth.
She was not saying the truth, and yet she's arguing with them. So the officer just tell the woman, please, if you know that you didn't put any drug for her, just come in Malaysia, we release her to go back to Kenya. So that is the end how I spoke with that woman. Until today, I've never heard about her.
Wow.
She disappeared.
She disappeared.
A friend that you have known for
She disappeared. She went and closed everything. My family could not get her on her Facebook, everything. That is how she left me on trouble.
Was your family having connection with her family in Kenya as well?
Yes, because she was a friend to my sister. I know her through my sister. So these people was looking at her. These people was calling her in the Facebook, WhatsApp, but they could not get her. They could not get them.
So they had to talk.
So what after the arrest now? You have been put into the cell. What goes on next?
So when I was arrested there, Malaysia, when you are arrested, they will keep you in the airport first. They have another cell, a small cell in that airport.
Yeah.
So there they will keep you for 14 days when they are still doing their investigation. So that time when I was there, I was so much shocked. I didn't know what was going on. So I stayed there for 14 good days. But the man which I was arrested with, the man slept only there one night. The following day, I didn't know where he went. Yes, I didn't even know how he went. So after that, they took me to court. When they took me to court, then they sent me to prison. One prison by the name Penjara, Wanita Kajan. So in prison, I was just in prison there, going to court, coming back, going to court, coming back. So one day when I went to court, when I was in my final decision, I was thinking that I will come back to Kenya because I knew myself that I was innocent.
Yeah, sure.
So even my lawyer, I had a lawyer My first lawyer name was Mr. James. So Mr. James, even himself, he knew that I was coming back to Kenya.
Yeah.
But suddenly, my final decision, the judge verdict was death sentence. So everybody was shocked
Wow.
when the judge said that we condemn you to die in prison because Africans, they are spoiling my country.
So that was his reasoning. Africans are spoiling my
Country.
So we're condemning you to death.
Yes, I condemn you to die in prison because Africans, they are spoiling my country. So everyone was like shocked. So that is how the judge stand. So I went to death row.
How did you feel immediately after that decision?
I feel a lot of pain. The pain which I feel, only God knows. Because remember that I was a mother,
Yeah, sure.
which was having children. And I leave my children when they are young. So my only hope
So you're going to work.
was that I was going to work.
Yeah.
When you knew that you are doing wrong thing, you can say that this one God wants to change my life, or God punishing me for what I was doing.
Yeah, sure.
But this one, you know that you are going to work, you are going to struggling because of your children,
Yeah.
and yet you are entering in kind of that situation which I was.
Yeah, sure.
So when they condemned me to die in prison, it's like I was so much confused. I was questioning even God sometimes when I'm praying. I'm asking why was so many, crying for God every time, because I was not understanding why do I want to die in this country for something which I didn't
You
do.
never did. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
So how was it like now in prison before even the judgment for the time that you went? How many years did you stay in prison before the final judgment, and how was the life?
The life which I was living when I was in prison, I was in remand. So in remand there is not the same when they condemn you to die in prison. Because in remand, you can stay with other people. You can stay even one room, you can stay 25 people or 30 people.
Yeah.
We can't pass 30.
Yeah.
But that one, you will have your friends, you are eating together, you are praying together, you are talking to someone.
Yeah. So you feel good.
You feel good, they can open for you door, you can see outside. But when you have been condemned to die in prison, you are staying alone in one room, and they will not open for you door. Anywhere you are going, they have to chain your hand and your leg. And you know that they are chained, they will chain your leg and your hand, and that chain will pass in your stomach, and it's so heavy chain.
Oh God.
So it was so difficult. Life of death row and life of remand is very, very different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Is totally different. When you are remand, you can see that you have another freedom. You can even see sun outside.
At least, yeah.
But when you are in death row, even you will not even come out and see sun. If they open that your door, unless you are sick, they are taking you to hospital and bringing you back again inside.
So while you were in remand and death row, how did you survive in prison? And did you meet people who were in a similar situation
Like
you?
yours.
When I was in remand, I was having a lot of friends because the prison which I was, it was international prison. People came from different places. Mostly people which are arrested with drugs in airports is full of that prison. This thing is not happening only in this Kenya. This thing is happening all over the world. So when I was there, I have a lot of friends. And how I told you before that my family was here in Kenya. And the family which I was coming, they could not even manage to send for me money to use in that prison.
Sure.
Because they were sending money for lawyer which can help me.
Yeah.
So even that money which they struggled to get to send, it was big money, not small money.
Yeah, sure.
So that is the only help and the only support which they were struggling with. And the prison which I was is prison which everything you have to buy. You want to use soap, you have to buy.
You
Yeah.
have to buy it.
You want to use even pads, you have to buy. So my friends was helping me in different ways. We have meals in prison. They were giving us food. This is how I was surviving when I was in remand. They were giving us food in prison. You get like 1 week, they can give you even 3 times, they will give you chicken.
Yeah.
So I have to control that my diet. I won't eat that my chicken. I will change with someone which have visitor. I will give her that chicken, yet she's giving me soap to use.
Oh, so it's like a barter trade that
Yes.
you had in prison.
You'll get the person which her family will come to visit. I will talk to that person. I will tell this person the whole of this month, I won't even eat that my chicken. I will just give you for 1 month and buy for me pad.
Yeah.
So you have to sacrifice yourself to get things from people and change with them, with food with them. Because the food which they were giving people was not enough for people.
Yeah.
It was small. So someone wants to eat, but she can't get it. But yet she has visit. So when her family come, that is the time she will buy for me that thing because I've made a business with her.
Yeah.
So that is how I was surviving in remand. But when I went to death row is so difficult. How I tell you that in death row, you have to stay 1 person in 1 room. I've got some friends there, even have some Kenyans like me there, which I've got there. But why life, it was so difficult there, it's not easy to see even your friend.
Yeah.
Our doors, you can see the next person which are in front of you. But the person which is there, you can't see her. So you will just shout when you're talking to someone. You are here, but you're shouting that person to hear your voice. Even when you're greeting that person, you have to shout. Because it's not easy to get time. So to get even that shop for taking shower, it was people, Malaysian people, which were there in prison, or some other people which was having visiting. They come even to visit them. They will pity for us, mostly Africans, Kenyans which are there.
Yeah.
Someone will pity for you and cut for you with small soap like this. So you will just manage with it because
You don't have another.
you don't have otherwise. You don't have
They'll
a
cut
choice.
small soap for you too.
Yeah, they will even give you small soap like this and you will use. So you just know how you will just manage yourself. And when you are in your period also, it's so difficult. When you have water in your room, you will just use that your water. It was difficult life, but I thank God for what God has done for me. Yes.
So, Faith, you know that you were talking to us about how hard life was in prison, and I know that it was harder in death row once you transitioned from remand to death row. Can you talk about how life in prison was like, from the morning to lunch to bedtime?
You know, in prison where we are, we are having something that master. Master is the time when they're counting you. But in a day, we were having it 4 times.
4 times, wow.
That one, you will wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, you will go and take your bath. If you can pray, you will pray. After finishing praying before breakfast, you have to sit for that master. So you will sit for that master even for 1 hour. Sometimes you will just sit for even 2 hours.
Wow.
When you have seated down, and it's not sitting how we are seated like this.
Yeah.
This one now I seated because I have freedom. That one you are sitting, you sit it down and you put your leg like this, and your hands will be in your back like this.
So you're
and
like this.
you are like this. So your head is like this. They won't hear you when you're speaking to someone, or they don't want to hear any voice. So that one is fast master. After that master, it's time for breakfast. They will give you breakfast. We have our breakfast. Sometimes they're giving us bread and tea. Sometimes they're giving you coffee and tea.
What time do they give you breakfast?
Breakfast they are giving at 8:30.
So from 4,
So from
you have
4
to
to-
wait 4 hours before you have your breakfast?
Yes, you have to. They are giving you at 8:30 in the morning. So after that one, you will just be there inside your room. After they have finished master, the master will be correct, meaning that they have counted people. People are all there.
Yeah, sure.
But if they counted people, but some people are missing, you won't stand for that master. Even when they count it, but they count it wrongly. You people, you will just sit how I told you that you're sitting.
Until they get
until
it.
they
Until they
get
get it right.
it well.
Wow.
So even if they get it well after 6 hours, that is how you will sit.
For
Wow,
6
6
hours.
hours.
For 6 hours, that is how you will sit.
What happens if you don't sit correctly like that? What do they do to you?
They don't give that permission for sitting like that.
Ah.
Even me, when I enter in that place, I didn't know. You know, Kenya, we doesn't know how to sit when you put your leg like this.
Yeah.
So
Across, yeah.
we are crossed like this.
Yeah.
Kenya, we always put our leg like this. Sometimes we are sitting straight.
Ah.
So when I reach there, I learn
You
to
had
sit
to
like
learn.
this because
sit, yes.
if you can't sit like that, they are seeing as if you doesn't respect them. That is how they are sitting. So after that one, we have our lunch. The lunch time they will give you at 12 or 12:30.
Yeah.
We have our dinner. One day we have 3 meals, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And dinner.
Dinner by 4. You people, you have eaten your food.
No more.
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
So you people, you will eat your food by 4. Because people which are cooking in the kitchen, they are fellow prisoners like us. So they have to go back to wait for the 6 o'clock master in their room. They can't count them when they're outside. That is why they're giving people early dinner.
And how was like the food? How was the portion in terms of, was it a lot for you, enough for you? And how were the meals? What did you used to take? Things like you're used to here in Kenya, like for example, gali,
No.
what?
No.
Yeah.
When I went to Malaysia, the food changed because it's not food which we were eating in Kenya. Like me, Kenya, I like to eat ugali, samaki, sometimes I eat githeri. I like kind of those foods. Those are my favorite foods. When you will ask me here in Kenya, Faith, what do you want to eat? I want to eat githeri. Yes. Faith, what do you want to eat? I want to eat fish and ugali.
Yeah.
So when I reach in Malaysia, they don't have those kind of food. They are eating rice is their favorite food. So when you're eating rice, is like us, how you eat ugali and samaki. That is how they are eating rice and fish, rice and vegetable, rice and chicken, rice and anchovies.
Wow.
Yes, so that is how they are eating.
So you ate rice a lot.
I'm
Yes,
sure
and
that's
noodles.
kind of rice.
I don't want even to see rice.
God, yeah.
Even sometimes we are eating noodles. Once in a while, they cook for us. Noodles they will give us and they cook. And when you have visiting, you have money. When your visitor come, we have something like canteen.
Yeah.
So you can do your own shopping there. The people which are visiting, you can eat anything you want.
Oh.
Yes, they are selling for them food, noodles, anything you want.
Okay.
So in that prison also have special food. That special food, they are paying it every month, 650. So if you can manage to pay that 650, you will just eat nice food. But
650 USD?
650 ringgit.
Ah,
There they're
ringgit,
using ringgit.
ringgit, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that 650 ringgit is a lot of money in Kenya. So most Africans which are in that prison,
They can't afford
they can't
it.
afford to eat it. So we are eating normal food. Yes, the one they give you, that is the one you will eat and you will appreciate it. Even if it's little, you will just eat it and add water on it. That is how we are surviving.
Oh, so you used to drink a lot of
We
water.
used to drink a lot of
So you
water.
are healthy.
Even Africans which were in that prison, I'm telling you, if you see them, their health is so good.
Yeah.
People are just thinking we are feeling well, but our secret was water.
Water.
Yes, our secret was water. We were drinking water. Yeah.
When you get a chance to eat food, you add water.
We add water because you don't have someone to give you, so you have to add with water because dinner they will give you at 4. All of the night you will feel angry.
Yeah, sure.
So you have to add water
And then you will not eat again until 8.
tomorrow 8. And when master is correct, you will eat that time 8. But when master is not correct, you will wait until they will give you that breakfast.
Wow.
Yes.
So how was like a day to you in terms of, I know you've said you take breakfast, lunch and supper. How was a day like from morning? What did you used to do? Remember you've told us you are in your own room. So what did you used to do there? I know, like they tell us outside here that a day in prison is like a year, a whole year. So how
Yeah,
did you
it's
do
true.
to make sure that?
Like me, I want to thank God so much. There is a Kenyan lady which I met in prison the year 2018.
Mm.
She came in prison because her document was finished. So she was arrested and they brought her in prison. She stayed in that prison for 2 months. That 2018, I was still in remand.
Yeah.
So I was together with her in one room. And when she left, she gets her freedom in Malaysia.
Yeah.
They did not bring her back to Kenya.
Okay.
So this girl, when heard that I was being condemned to die in prison, I was in death row.
Yeah.
She saw me in the TV.
Mm-hmm.
This girl, she looked at the embassy of Kenya and she talked to embassy of Kenya that she wants to help me. So this is the kind of help which she was helping me. When you are in death row, have things which they allow you to be with it inside room, which can make you busy.
Mm-hmm.
They allow you to be with the drawing board. Someone can buy for you colors.
Mm-hmm.
You can have even your MP3,
Mm-hmm.
listening songs.
Music.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the lady, that Kenyan lady, buy for me all of these things and gave to embassy. When embassy came to visit me one day, it was like surprise. She told me that so and so told us to bring for you this thing so can keep you busy.
Yeah.
So when you have money, you can buy.
Yeah.
And you can draw all of the day. They're just giving you to draw. So me, every day I was making my story. Every day I was writing something. So my whole focus was in my book. Every day I would write something which happened to me. Anything which I feel that I want to write.
You just put it in.
I will just put in. Sometimes even I will take my drawing paper and I will just draw my house. I draw my children. Yes, kind of those things which I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Then I will write, this is my firstborn name, so and so, like to do what and what, like that. Yes.
So Faith, also that's a great insight you gave us about how you were able to stay busy in prison. So I wanted to know, how do you know when to wake up and when to go to sleep in prison?
You know, in prison, time is not moving. Even to know that it's daytime and night is not easy when you're in prison. In the night, we have the last master. The last master with the accounting people, that one is 8 o'clock in the night. So that 8 o'clock, the staff which was in duty daytime, they are leaving for the staff which are coming at night. So that is the time you will see them when they're coming to count you. That is the time you will know, it's night already.
Night.
Because they have changed the staff. So they will shout for that master and ring the bell. When have master, they are ringing bell. So when they ring that bell, you just put on your uniform, faster, and you go and sit for the master. They can't get you on your bed or doing what, even to the toilet. That one is punishment. When they ring the bell, you have to put on your uniform and run and sit down. So you just know that this is my last master. But early in the morning also, I told you that we are waking up 4 o'clock. That 4 o'clock, the staff which was on duty that night, they are ringing the bell. They will ring the bell and it will be noisy. Wake up and take shower. Wake up and take shower. So you will just wake up and take shower, you pray, you finish your prayer, you sit down, waiting for that master. Because they have to count people before they left for other ones which are coming to duty.
And then when you're taking a shower, do they make a limit for how long you can take the shower?
They don't make a limit, but you have to do fast because you don't want them to punish you. Yes.
How do they punish you?
We have some kind of punishment. Let me tell you that kind of punishment is like this. Sometimes, the meal, how I tell you, sometimes is chicken. You won't get that meal.
They will remove the meal.
They will remove
the full of it. Like
they will remove that meal. So if they punish you, 1 month you won't eat that food.
Oh God.
That's 1 month you won't eat it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will punish you 1 week. you then get the rice, but they will give you only milk and bread. And that milk and bread, they'll give you in the morning one bread and milk, like a big cup of milk and bread.
Yeah.
So that is your lunchtime and that is your
Just
dinner.
yeah.
So depend with punishment which they have given to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So you just want to do faster because you don't want punishment. You don't want any problem.
Wow.
Yes. So you have to do faster.
So you could only get out of the room the way you said, since you are locked up in chains, you could only get out when maybe you're going to shower or anything. When you're going to shower, did they used to remove the chains? Or
No.
just go?
When you are inside your room, they don't chain you.
Okay.
Only when they open your door, they
Okay.
chain you.
You have to be in chains.
You have to be in chain. But when you are in your room, they doesn't chain you.
Okay.
They just leave you like that. So you can do everything inside your room.
Okay.
But they chain you when you're going outside. Yes.
So that experience was really, oh God, it was. So the whole day, like in prison, you were just maybe writing, you draw.
Sometimes you are
listen to
writing,
music.
you draw, you are tired, you will sleep because you are thinking a lot.
Yeah.
You know, a person which is in prison, you think a lot. That is why they normally say that 1 day in prison is like 1 year in prison.
Yeah.
The day is not running fast. You think so many things when you're in prison.
Yeah.
So you are seeing as if your day is so long. It's not running fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you used to maybe interact? You said you were in your room, then there were other friends that were in the next room or anything. You would just talk through shouting since you
Yes.
are in death row.
Yes.
So for how many years were you in death row?
In death row, I came in death row 3 years, 4 months when I was in death row.
So for 3 years, 4 months, you couldn't like see one-on-one to someone, like someone who is your friend. You just used to shout.
You shout when you're talking to her, then also her, she will answer you when she's shouting.
Yeah.
So maybe they open for me when I'm going to the hospital. My room is back. When you're passing in front of other rooms, you will wait for them.
For them.
Yes. And the person which is in back, she can't see you. And we have 2 blocks. We have block A and block B.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to see someone.
Someone.
Yes.
And in prison, did you ever get sick for you?
Yes. I was even admitted like 3 times. I've been admitted
3
in Malaysia.
times to the hospital.
Yes.
How was the experience?
Even for the first time, I was so sick. I was even in oxygen.
Mhm.
I was very, very sick. And when you are admitted, that one is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Because when they admit you when you are in hospital, you have chain in your leg and you have chain in your hand. And this chain, they put it in the bed.
Yeah.
So being, I'm in death row, they chain this one here,
Yeah.
and your leg.
Yeah.
So you're in the hospital bed
You are
like
in the
this.
hospital bed.
Mhm.
So how you have lied, you can't even turn like this. You can't turn like this. How you lie like this, that is how you lie.
The whole time.
The whole time.
So the hospital for you was even
When
worse.
you want to eat, that one is worse. When you want to go to the toilet, they are not giving you. They are put for you diapers.
Aye.
It's not easy.
Really?
It's not easy. You have never put that diaper, but they put for you because they are lazy of opening chains in your
Yeah,
hand.
they don't want to open the
They
chain.
don't want to open that chain.
Yeah.
So they will put for you that diaper.
Yeah. So Faith,
Even you are crying, they won't open it for you.
So, Faith, you've talked about how your life was like in prison, but one thing I wanted to talk about was just your mindset during death row. Because I'm sure you were thinking, when am I going to die? Did they ever tell you when you were going to be executed? How do they execute people in Malaysia? And then did you have any friend that got executed also?
Yes.
Death row.
I have so many friends which they have killed in Malaysia.
Wow.
It's not only one.
Yeah.
But when you are in death row, when they have tell you that they condemn you to die in prison, it's nothing you are thinking. You just think that you are going to die.
Right.
Because you are seeing yourself, you're not even better than other people which they have killed. Like me, when I went to death row, I have a good friend, a very, very good friend. She was our neighbor here from Tanzania. Very good friend.
Yeah.
So the day she was supposed to be executed, she didn't know. They're not telling you. But when they're going to kill you, they will tell your family, the staff of prison will know, and your friends won't know.
Wow.
Like her, she was just feeling that there is something going wrong. And even she shouted and told me to pray for her.
To pray for her.
She's telling me she's not feeling well.
So she didn't even know that she was going
She
to
was
die.
going
She
to
didn't
die.
know.
Yeah.
But it's like she was having a feeling of something.
Yeah.
So after 2 days, they call her that they are going to kill her. And this is how they are killing people. Staff they know in prison that you're going to kill. They are going to kill you. But they won't tell other people that they're going to kill you. Like fellow prisoners like you won't know.
Yeah.
When they are coming to take you, they will come to pick you early in the morning. That one is 3 o'clock in the morning. When people have not yet wake up. When they are coming, they will put on their own uniform, but it's different. They will put on in a funny way. Even they put all mask, only their eye you will see. Only their eye is outside. So you doesn't know who is this taking me.
Checking me, yeah.
And when they arrive in your room also, they are giving you different kind of uniform to wear. In death row there, we wear white and red uniform. That one is trouser and top. Then the hands of the top are red. So when they are coming to take you, they will give you the black uniform. This black uniform is like this Muslim clothes. You know that one is Muslim country.
Or like a jalabiya.
Yes,
It's long.
It's long. So they give you kind of that long dress.
Yes.
And then they give you another one you tie
Like
here.
a hijab.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the time they will take you. So they won't tell you. They will just come and open your door and tell you, check your clothes and wear. So nothing you will do. You will just wear your clothes and you go. My friend shouted and told me, Faith, pray for me. Then when she called me, she said, Faith, pray for me. It's like I was dreaming.
Yeah.
And when I stand coming in the door, I see one man passing, looking at me and asking me, what are you doing there? Why you are not sleeping? So when I saw the man, I just sensed there is danger. So when they went with my friend, she didn't come back. When they kill you, they're not bringing you back. That one, they have planned with your whole family. They know if your family can take you, they will take you. If they cannot take you, they will just bury you there.
They don't even send the body
The
back?
body back.
No. They don't send. If they kill you, if your family, they can come and take you, they will give them. But most of the people there, mostly Africans, their families are not taking them.
Yeah, because it is very
It's
expensive, maybe to
expensive.
take the body back and all those
Yes,
logistics.
most
So they
of
just
them.
bury them there.
Yes,
Yeah.
most of them they bury there in Malaysia. They are not taking them back.
And
How
then
did you feel?
How did they kill you?
Hey, they are using rope. Then they are using rope. Even if you come in that our block, every block with this name, with the name of the block. Like this one, for example, this is death row block.
Yeah.
So the door of the death row block, they have drawn a very fat rope and someone head like this.
Oh.
Yes.
So they are just giving you trauma from the beginning.
Yes, so when you
Like
enter and then they have brought there Banduan Ayer. That's Banduan Ayer, that one is Malayu. But in English, the people which are going to be hung.
Oh.
Yes, so every door, that is how they draw and they write Banduan Ayer.
So that's how your friend went and you never saw her
Yes,
again.
yes.
How did that make you feel? Like in terms of, you're at the same position of death row, your friend has gone. What did that make you feel?
You feel so pain. You feel so pain because you don't know what is going to happen for you tomorrow. You are also there and they have taken someone. So you don't know next person will be who.
Yeah.
That is how you are staying. Even until now, those things normally affect me because sometimes you think about your friends which you live at the park there. Yes, you doesn't communicate with them, but you think about them. Yes.
So now this is a process that you've gone through, like in death row. You've seen all the journey. When you're there, like you've said, your family never came to support you, of course, because they're in Kenya. Then they're just trying to get money to pay for your fee. So the friend that brought you into all this mess, has your family tried to reach out to them, because you knew each other from the at home, like in your countryside? Have they tried to reach her? Are they getting her, or what are you doing about that?
Yes, my sister tried. The first my sister told me that was searching at her, even was communicating with her family.
Yeah.
Her mother was here in Kenya. So at the last, when my sister, my family went to her mother's place, but her mother said that she's tired with her daughter. This her daughter put even her own blood sister in kind of that situation which she put me, was in another prison in Hong Kong.
Wow. So the lady also put her own sister in that position too.
Yes, was in another prison in Hong Kong. So when the mother heard about this my story, she said that nothing I can do. She's my daughter, but I'm tired with her. Even her own sister now, she's in prison in Hong Kong. And to make it worse also, when I was in prison one day, they called me for a visiting. I was forgetting this thing.
Yeah.
When they called me for a visiting, a person which came to visit me was one of the NGO, one of the Catholic fathers from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
He's very old man.
Yeah.
Yes, that father by the name Father John David.
John David.
Yes. He's known as prisoner's chaplain.
Yeah.
That father came to visit me in prison. When I went to see the father, he came with my lawyer, Mr. James.
Yeah.
That my first lawyer when I was still in remand. But when he came, I was so shocked. Where does this white man come from?
Yes.
And the father told me that I came to visit you because have some Kenyans which are in prison in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But we had your story that a person which sent you here is the person sent them in prison in Hong Kong.
Wow.
So I come to prove this thing, that is it true thing.
That you are one of them.
That you are one of them.
Yeah.
So this father brought for me a lot of pictures, a lot of photos, like 12.
Yeah.
12 pictures.
12 pictures.
Yeah.
So these 12 pictures, he was asking me one by one, do you know this person? I don't know. Do you know this person? I don't know. So the 9th one, it was the lady which sent me.
Wow.
So he has a photo for that lady. Then I say, the 9th one, I told him, this is the person which sent me here. Then he say, wow, it's true. This is the person which has been using people, even now in Hong Kong. People which send me here are among those people which that person sent here.
So she's done it multiple times.
Multiple
She's like a
Yes.
drug lord.
Yes, she's a drug lord. No, she's like a drug lord. This is a drug lord, which she's using Kenyans in different ways, sending to other countries.
Yeah.
Yes, but a lot of Kenyans, she's using Kenyans.
Yeah.
Because she's a Kenyan
She's a
herself.
Kenyan.
Yes, she's a Kenyan herself.
She knows how desperate Kenyans are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's married by a Nigerian man, but this man is like using this lady taking people from Kenyans to Tukin, Nigeria, and then they are going to give them drugs. They are sending them in different countries with different falls.
Wow.
Yes. Like me, they were telling me how she told me that I was going to work. If I could manage to pass that drugs, they could just send me back, that the work which I was coming to do, they have get someone
else to work. Yeah.
So you just go back, we will call you for another work. But you have managed to pass for them the drugs.
Wow.
But being I was having bad luck, I was arrested. And even if you have gone deeply through my story, you will get that man which I was arrested with was among those drug lords people, but he was working in the airport.
She was working in the airport.
Yes.
So even your Tanzanian friend who was hanged and killed in Malaysia. How did she end up in prison too? Was it the same reason?
Yeah.
Different story, but same reason.
Yeah.
Yes, it's different story, but it's same thing.
So you can see
It's
that
happening-
many people who are there, like the inmates, most of them, that is the case they are going through.
Yes,
Yeah.
and not only Tanzania, the people has been hanged in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So many people, even Malaysian people. Malaysian people, they have hung their last person they hung when I was there.
Yeah.
Was Malaysia?
Was Malaysian, which was the lady with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yes, that one was the lady with a boyfriend.
So
So
work
they hung
is
both
really
of them.
Yeah, so work is really something that people should be really careful when they are signing up to.
Yes.
Yes.
And a lot of the people, Africans who are being hanged, they're innocent. They were just trapped.
Yes, it's innocent people, the people which are suffering inside. But people which are enjoying outside are the people which are doing these things.
Doing the
but
crimes,
yes, but the innocent ones are the people which are suffering
The
there.
consequences.
Yes,
Consequence, yeah.
that is what I saw.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's